Magandang araw, minamahal kong mga kabarangay. Ako po yung Kuya Nolo, yung Direct Rene, dito po sa PSTV5 Online. Sa araw na to ay napakaswerte po po. Napakaswerte po natin dahil makakapanayan po natin ang isang kababayan natin sa Pilipinas na she just turned 100 years old a few weeks ago. Siya po si Tita Virgie Benigno Malay. At nandyan po sa frame, katabi po ang kanyang anak na si Tato Malay, aking good friend. Tato and Tita Virgie, good day. How are you?
Hi. Good afternoon. Day, whatever time there is.
Yeah, oo nga eh. Kasi kung saan-saan mapapanood, ano? At Tita Virgie, when was your birthday, Tita Virgie? Kailan yung birthday nyo? Kailan
birthday? February 13, 1921.
1921. February 13?
13.
Wow. Naku, bago mag-Valentine. And Tita Virgie, dahil you turned 100, you got a gift from the government, di ba? Parang meron silang binigay sa inyo. Ano po?
Yung gift from the government, yung 100,000. Oo. At saka sa Quezon City.
The national government and ang Quezon City. Nagbigay ng tigwa 100. Ano ba yan, Tats? Ganun, no? Ganun yung patakaran nila when you turn 100.
Well, normally, oo. I think, yung akala ko lang yun nga eh. All the while, I just thought it was the local government. When nagpunta rito yung mga taga Quezon City Hall, sinabi sa akin na pati daw national government nagbibigay. So I asked, sabi nila, will you go to the, ano ba yung kanyang, basta government agency, so my sister went there. And then, totoo pala, meron pa. Kasi masarap nauna pa nga nabigay yung national government bago yung local government. Kasi, although basta nalaman denial, kasi it has to be filed, no? Otherwise, they won't know that it's 100. So, they have to have proof. Maraming trust paper requirement. But it took something like 2 to 3 months before.
Pero yung una, Tats, yung sa I think they have a database, no? Kung sino yung 100 na parang ganon.
Well, you have to submit a birth certificate.
Okay.
Maraming questions.
Maraming tinanong, Tita Virgie, parang in-interview kayo ng government officials. Anong mga tinanong po sa inyo?
Yung birthplace, kung sinong nando doon, tapos pati mga parents at saka grandparents ko pa.
Wow. And you were born in Pangasinan po, Tita Virgie, ano? Saan po kayo pinanganak?
Saan kayo pinanganak? Alaminos.
Alaminos, Pangasinan.
Nagpapakasya yata ang mother ko.
Doon po kayo lumaki hanggang nag-high school kayo sa Alaminos?
Sa Pasay. Nagbabakasya lang ang mother ko. Ako lang napanganak doon.
Nagbabakasya.
Kapatid. Pero actually, her mother, my daughter, is really from Alaminos, mga family. But during that time, nagbabakasyon lang nga ang lola ko. Doon siya pinanganak. Kasi among all the siblings, siya lang ang pinanganak doon. Pero ba ibang pinanganak? Ako lang. Kaya nga, kayo lang ang pinanganak sa Pangasinan.
Si Mr. Teddy Benigno, hindi rin pinanganak sa Pangasinan?
Hindi. Nag-grew up in Pasay. No, si Tito Teddy, saan pinanganak? Teddy? Dito rin sa Maynila. Lahat sila.
Sa Maynila na. Okay.
Ako lang doon.
So you just go from time to time, you go to Alaminos for vacation, Tita?
Bakasyon lang.
Bakasyon. May
Pumunta lang kami
may
para magbakasyon.
magbakasyon lang. May naalala pa po kayo sa Alaminos? Memorable times? May naalala po kayo?
Magandang lugar kasi malapit sa 100 Islands. Dali kami pumunta sa 100 Islands.
Mhm.
Alaminos is the way to go to the
200 Islands.
Pangasinan Beach.
And
Ano ba ang
actually, dagdag ako yun, kasi you asked the question, ano ba memorable? One of those times when she actually had a vacation, just to have a vacation. Kasi meron na siyang, ano nun kumbaga parang may masteral degree niya tayo nun, or I don't know. May master's na ba kayo?
Wala pa.
Wala pa, pero she was asked to teach in one high school in Alaminos.
Public
school. At naging estudyante niya doon, si Gloria Romero.
yung pamosong actress.
So, isang unforgettable. Kaya nga kung vacation niya sa unforgettable vacation niya sa one of those naging estudyante niya. She taught kasi for one semester in that public high school.
Pero yung kila Gloria, hindi ko natapos sa semester. Second semester yon. Siguro, mga 1 month lang ako na naging teacher niya.
1 month lang. Okay. That was before the war.
During the war.
Or during the war.
During the war ba yun, yung nagturo kayo sa Pangasinan?
1946.
Okay. Right after. Nasaan kayo, Tita Virgie, nung panahon ng Hapon? Nung may gera? When yung Pasay?
When World War II started.
Pasay. Sa Pasay.
Sa Pasay.
That's when I grew up. And I stayed there until I got married.
Okay. So, all throughout the war, nasa Pasay kayo?
Sandali, natanggal yung panit.
Okay lang.
Sorry.
It's okay kasi naka-two-shot kami and I'm privileged to have a conversation with Tita Virgie. During the war, Tita Virgie, sa Pasay lang kayo? Hindi kayo umalis ng Pasay nung gera?
Yeah, that's when I took up nursing. Kasi my father was one of the casualties sa Intramuros bombing. He was with the budget. They were working on the budget at that time. So, marami silang empleyado na casualties. And they were all brought to PGS. And I stayed with him for about a month there. And somebody told me that the School of Nursing was accepting schools. And that several UP students had already enrolled. Actually, I was, when the war broke out, I was already the 4th year education in UP. But then all the schools and colleges were closed. So, since there was no hope for the UP opening, I decided to take up nursing.
And so you studied at PGH Nursing, Tita Virgie, during the war. Okay. Nawala yung audio touch. Medyo parang nawala tayo.
Okay. Nawala. Hindi mo ko nadidinig?
Hindi. Yeah, ngayon narinig. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you finished nursing sa PGH, Tita Virgie. And when did you get married? Kailan you got married?
When did you get married?
When did you get married?
1950.
1950. Okay. So, nurse na kayo nung nag-asawa kayo?
Yeah. And then I also finished my education.
Bumalik siya sa UP
At the same time.
Okay. After the war, you went back to... So, you have a double degree. education
Ma-
and nursing.
yeah, I even took my master's with UP, Master in Education.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
you really love to become an educator. So saan kayo nagturo, Tita Virgie?
Sa public schools. I taught for
Mm-hmm.
10 years in Manila, public school. And then I even worked with an American US Army for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked also at the UP Institute of Hygiene.
As a nurse or as a
Well, I was employed as a nurse
Mm-hmm.
because they were planning to put up a center or something like a periculture center.
Oh,
And then
yes. Mm-hmm.
I also uh, I was assigned to work in a periculture center for training. But then after that, I left the institute and worked in Baguio Hospital, Baguio General Hospital, where they
Oh,
also
okay.
so 3 years siya nag-nursing, nag-practice ng nursing, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
no 3 years as a student, 1 year in Baguio,
Okay. 3 years as student
and
in
then,
Baguio,
then about 1 year in that
American company.
American company under the U.S. Army,
Mm.
and then
During the time, Tita Virgie, when you graduate, kailangan ba mag-board exam yung mga nurse?
ano yun,
Nag-board exam ba kayo?
yeah,
Kaya registered nurse siya talaga.
at that time,
May ano talaga, board
at that
exam.
time, after the board, we also took a civil service examination
Oh, yes.
for
Mm-hmm.
nurses. Pero ay wala na yung civil service. Hindi na nila pinapakuha ang student.
Dalawa pa palang exam kayo, no? Board exam.
Oo. Ang time namin. Pero naging pinagtuturo ako sa PGH,
Mm-hmm.
School of Nursing. I went back to the PGH School of Nursing from 1960 to 1976. I was a
Wow.
member of the faculty.
And you also taught at FEU.
Yeah, okay. Ask her the schools where she taught in college.
Oo. What were the schools that you were a professor, Tita Virgie?
Yes, at the same time, when I was PGS, I also worked staff part-time at FEU,
Mm.
PSBA, Pamantasan, and UE RM Medical Center, College of Nursing.
And
So
she taught
you
subject teach.
subjects, yeah.
I taught
What's that?
sociology,
Oh, wow,
and
sociology.
in PGS, I taught Rizal course and English,
Mm-hmm.
English,
Ayun.
And in
grammar,
FEU,
and literature,
FEU, what did you teach in FEU? FEU, what?
sociology.
Actually,
sociology.
ito yan. Okay, di ka kita lang ko na, trivia.
Oo.
Actually, hindi alam ng mama ito eh. Ngayon lang niya malalaman eh. Kasi diba nag-aral ako sa FEU?
Oo, tama.
Diba? Si Rene, si Rene lagi. Pero first year ako, di, papasok ba ako sa mga klase ko? Tinanong
Oo.
ko, sir, sino professor dito sa sociology? Nalaman ko, mama ko. Bigla ko nila din. Tapos sabi ng mama ko, bakit hindi kita nakita sa klase ko? Alam pala nila nakakaroon.
Oh, may class card eh.
May conflict.
Because
Mahirap eh. Professor mo
Oo.
na yung
yeah, I understand. Oo, medyo ano. But Mama, Tita Virgie was looking forward to you joining the class.
alam niya, nakita na doon sa class, sa listahan ng mga enrolled, estudyante. Kaya pagdating ko sa bahay, why were you absent in the class?
I
and
taught there 8 years FEU.
8 years. Oh, wow.
Uh,
Oh,
PSBA, UARM, marami po. Actually,
mm.
all in all, she taught for 45 years.
45. Ah.
Mm.
When
I
did you retire, Tita Virgie, from teaching?
I was already uh, 70, 75
Mm-hmm.
when I
1990,
retired.
when did you retire? 1995?
Yeah, in after PGS was phased out because all of schools of nursing were already phased out because they
Mm-hmm.
were already colleges. No,
Mm-hmm.
I
From the UP College of Nursing na.
I started teaching in UERM, um, College of Nursing, from 1975 to 1995. So about 20 years.
Mm-hmm. So that was the time also when nag-retire Tita Virgie, nasa Sony na tayo, Tats, ano? So, when I was
Ah,
visiting you, no,
no,
94 tayo nag-start sa Sony.
94 ba tayo? So, Tony,
Uh,
94.
yeah, I think it was teaching. Oo. Yeah, oo. Tama, ano pa siya, tuturo pa siya. Oo.
Nagtuturo pa, no? Mga kaibigan, I'm talking to Tita Virgie Benigno Malay and Tato Malay because Tita Virgie just turned 100 years old. So the title of our segment or our show is 100 Years of Love, Happiness, and Service. So pinag-uusapan natin yung service sa community with the students and raising successful children. I'll ask now about the children, Tita Virgie. Among your three, you have three children, right? You have three, two sons and one daughter.
who
We have three children daw.
I have 3 years.
Yes.
My
So,
youngest also taught in FEU tourism because
ah,
he,
Oo.
because he
oh, yeah.
became regional director
Mm-hmm.
Of
of
Region 1.
tourism in Region 1. So he taught in the FEU.
FEU. So,
And
you have
me, I taught in Assumption College. And Miriam.
so Tato taught in Assumption and part-time in Miriam also.
Dahil
Uh,
sa'yo. Tutok
Tita
din.
Virgie, oh, Tita Virgie. So, among your three children, it's all of them are successful, with their
Tama.
careers.
Before ko, baka makalimutan.
Ano?
The two boys ka and then one girl, si Sylvia.
Mm,
Sylvia
mm.
naman.
Sylvia.
Uh,
Sylvia is an account. Is she an accountant?
she finished sociology,
Ah, so
but she ended up working in treasury in
Treasury o sa Bureau of Treasury. Oo.
oo.
Mhm.
And yun na nga. So tatlo kami na yun nga, yung anak.
So the two of your siblings Tats work with government. Ikaw, did you ever work for the government?
I used to yung
Ah,
I used to work in National Manpower and Youth Council for 1 year.
okay.
TESDA na ngayon yun.
TESDA.
Kaya but before it became TESDA, it was National Manpower and Youth Council. I was project coordinator, and doon kami sa Manawi ng office classes. And
Oh.
I just had to leave because I want to go back to office.
Mm.
Pero yun na nga, I was able to work in the government. I was able to stay.
Nagturo siya sa Assumption
Sa
for
Assumption,
about
yes.
18 years.
18 years.
18 years. Oo, tagal din ni Tato nagturo.
And then
Your
my
dad,
son,
your dad also worked with the government, no? Tita Virgie, saan nyo na-meet ang si Mr. Malay, yung inyong
well,
asawa?
he was working in the Budget Commission where
Mhm.
my father also worked.
Mhm.
And then my mother told me to accompany her to get back pay. And my husband then was the cashier
Mm.
in Budget. And he said, it's all right, it's not a great house, but I will bring it to your house. Talaga,
Ay, nabulok.
sabi ko, labat first sight.
Gusto malaman yung bahay, so I'll bring it.
There's a very interesting background story there. And during that time, my mom had a boyfriend.
Okay.
May boyfriend kayo nun, di ba?
Ah,
During that time, nung pumupunta si Papa sa bahay, sa Pasay, may boyfriend kayo nun?
ano,
May boyfriend kayo nun, di ba?
wala na break na kami.
Nag-break na ba kayo? May doktor siya boyfriend doon eh.
Doctor.
So, break na pala. Hindi, sabi ko, paano
Nag-break
ba
na.
nanligaw si Papa sa inyo?
Ha?
Paano nanligaw si
Paano
Papa?
nanligaw?
Sa bahay.
Paano nga? Anong ginagawa na para magustuhan niyo? Kasi, love at first sight ba kayo o siya ang love at
Siya.
first sight?
Porsigido siya.
Porsigido
Sabi
siya,
ko,
oh.
ayaw ko nang mag-boyfriend. Pero porsigido siya. So, I finally gave in. One
When,
year.
when did you get married, tita? Anong year kayo
When did you
kinasal?
get
19, sa Our Lady of Sorrows,
19?
1950. That's where President Cory and Nino got married also.
Yung Our Lady of Sorrows, ito ba yung Baklaran?
Harrison lang.
Harrison.
Malayo
Sa
pa. Harrison.
Sa
Harrison
Harrison.
Boulevard.
Oh, okay. And your husband was an accomplished musician din kasi naalala ko minsan pag pupunta ako sa bahay niyo Tats o dun sa Marikina, he was playing accordion ba yon? Accordion ano?
Yes.
Accordion,
Yeah.
violin.
Yeah, but aside from I'll answer that. Aside from being a government employee in the morning, he was also a radio announcer.
Yeah, oo.
Radio drama.
Mhm.
Siya yung boses behind the successful Gabi ng Lagim, yung horror. So yung ginagaya, yung after him, kasi nung nag-resign na siya, kasi parang naging busy na siya with government work and family.
Mhm.
So he gave it up. Si Ben David ang pumalit.
Naging host din siya ng ilaw ng tahanan.
Marami siyang program.
Commercial. Madalas commercials. Tapos
So-
yung si Gloria Romero naging Blessed Virgin. My husband was the voice of Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. And did you get to see Gloria Romero again? Ano, Tats?
You're asking about Gloria Romero?
Oh, did she get to see her again?
Okay, secret.
Okay.
I cannot divulge it because actually they did not get to see, but they saw each other again. Pero I will not in this particular one kasi
I saw her at
sige.
Six-Star Hotel,
Okay.
which was owned by a relative. And she was the one who approached me and told me that I was her teacher.
Wow.
I was having lunch or I don't know, merienda with a date.
May date.
I was surprised. I was surprised when she came to me and she said, "Ay, you were my teacher." She said,
Saan yun, ma? Sa
Six-Star Hotel, Baguio.
sa Baguio.
I think that hotel was owned by her relatives.
So that's where Tato also got the love for radio, for communication from your husband, because he eventually followed Tato. You went into the industry also, not only music, di ba?
I grew up inside the radio station. I grew up inside the radio studio because I would always accompany Papa during his recording, his radio dramas. So, kumbaga na-meet ko lahat yung mga radio personalities from sila, yung mga naging sikat sa ABS-CBN like sila Frankie Evangelista, Ben Aniceto, Jimmy Navarro, yun. Kaya I was easily able to enter ABS-CBN after college. I
Mhm.
just walked inside ABS-CBN. I told them I'm the son of Ernie Malay. Uy, Ernie, anak ko, oh, sige, anong gusto mo? Oh, gusto ko maging PA dito. Okay, okay. And I was talking to Ben Aniceto and Frankie Evangelista during that time.
Oo,
Oh, sabi
yeah.
niya, Ernie, oh, tama. Sige, sige, dito ka na. Oh, kaya lang
So,
nag-martial law.
oo nga, nag-shutdown, ano? Tita Virgie, of your three children, it is Tato who is always in the limelight. So, how does it feel when you see him on when you see him on television? Di ba dati he will award a gold record or he will be a guest. Ano po yung feeling nyo, Tita Virgie?
Binigyan po din ako ng plaque ni President.
Then, actually, tinatanong niya, anong feeling nyo na nakikita daw ninyo ako sa TV noon? Oo, nung bata-bata pa ako.
Siyempre, proud.
Proud mama.
That's what, di ba, you traveled the world, ano? What do you bring home for mama when you travel? Siyempre, may mga pasalubong.
Mga small, yung mga pang-decoration. Yan, hanggang ngayon, nakikita ko pa dito. Yung mga, like for example, when I went to Thailand, I bought some small, parang ano tawag dito. Yung, I don't know what you call it.
Small vases.
Small vases na ano, yeah. Because Tato travels in his work before.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
Ayan. So,
Okay.
yeah, mga ganyan gusto ni mama, mga pang-decoration.
Mm.
Well-traveled na rin si Tato.
Yes, well-traveled. Oo. He's only one of the few guys I know who has been to Switzerland. Di ba nakapunta ka ng Switzerland, Tats?
Yeah, Switzerland, yes, right.
So you always bring something for mama when you travel, and then of course tita would be very happy with your accomplishments. Tita, hindi ba kayo nagtataka bakit hindi pa nag-asawa si Tato?
Oo nga eh. Bakit? Nataka ko bakit pa sa New Zealand. Meron ako mga kamag-anak niyan sa New Zealand.
No, tinatanong niya bakit di pa raw ako nag-aasawa.
Ay,
Nawala, Tats. Nawala yung audio. Nawala. Hindi ko marinig.
Nawala?
Ayan, nawala. Oo.
Wala. Bakit kaya?
Ayan. Sige, ano yung sagot ni tita?
Ano?
Ay, nawala. Nawawala. Nawawala yung audio. Maganda yung sagot ni tita dyan eh. Mga kaibigan, kausap ko po si Tita Virgie Malay at si Tato po. Si Tita Virgie is our special guest because she is 100 years old itong time na to, itong around February. At I'm so privileged and we're so privileged to listen to a centenarian or ano ba, iba yung tawag nun? No? Bihira po tayong makakapanayam o makakasama o halubilo sa mga tao na 100 years old na. No? At ito nga po si Tita Virgie, ang ating panauhin. At when I was in the Philippines, from time to time, pag pupunta ako sa bahay ni Tato, ay nakikita ko po si Tita Virgie, si Tito Ernie.
Okay, natidinig ba na?
Yan, naririnig ko na, Tats.
Okay, nagpalit lang ako ng earphone eh. Okay.
Yung earphone lang. Okay, oo. I-frame mo lang si Tita para mas
wala ulit ang frame natin. Okay.
Yan, para kita natin ang beauty. Okay. Ano ngayon? Nakalimutan ko ito.
Hindi, yung love life. Yung bakit di pa ako nag-aasawa.
Bakit di pa nag-aasawa?
Bakit anong...
Ewan ko nga. Dami naman niya naging girlfriend.
Kilala niya kami yung naging girlfriend ko.
Kilala niyo yung mga girlfriend ni Tato. May paborito ba kayo doon, Tita Virge?
Oo, meron din akong
Sige, sige.
nagustuhan.
Sige, sino nagustuhan nyo?
Yung si Abet, ano. Tapos, mabuti naman siya nakapunta sa States. Kasi yung
Si
anak
Abet.
niya, nauna doon, no? Nakapag-asawa ng Amerikano. Pero nakikipag-communicate din sa akin. Kinukumbida nga niya ako na pumunta sa kanila. Yun ang nagustuhan ko na mabait.
Yun ang napusuan ni Tita Virgie para sa iyo, Tats, na si Abet.
Actually, marami. Pati yung mga iba kong friends.
Yung mga iba, hindi ko na nakilala.
Hindi, marami kayo nakilala pa.
May mga dalawa.
Pinapakilala. Open si Tato sa inyo.
Oo, inuuwi ko rito. I mean, ganun ako
Ayun sa
honest sa
anak ng kaibigan ko.
Ay,
Ganda-ganda nun.
Pinapasyal ni Tato para makita ni Mama. Tita Virgie, kayo ba ay, you've traveled overseas also, no? Nakapagbiyahe po kayo ng ibang bansa?
Naka-abroad.
Oo. Papunta ako sa US. Kasi dalawang kapatid ko na nag-migrate doon. So I went there in 1979. I stayed for about 6 months. Pero na homesick na ako. Umuwi na ako before Christmas.
Talagang there's no home like home. Parang gano'n. There's nothing like home. Tita Virgie, anong paborito niyong pagkain?
Vegetables, chicken, pansit.
Pansit. Long life. Ano yung paborito niyong iluto, Tita Virgie?
Kung nagluluto siya?
Nung nagluluto pa siya noon, oo.
Ako, adobo, sinigang.
Ano ba paborito ni Tato? Ano ba yung favorite niyang meal? Anong paborito ni Tato?
She doesn't know.
Hindi.
Hindi naman sila mapili. Chicken.
Okay.
Ang gusto niya.
Ano ba kayo, Tita Virgie? Are you like a strict disciplinarian sa mga anak nyo noon? Pinapalo nyo ba sila? Or
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman. How did you discipline your...
Nagugustuhan naman nila lahat ng pagkain.
Are you a disciplinarian? Strict discipline?
Oo.
Pero hindi
teacher.
physical.
Teacher di ba? Alam mo naman teacher.
Pati husband ko nga sinabi sa akin, akala mo pa, teacher ka pa dito sa bahay.
Yung pag-uwi na, stricto pa rin pag
parang teacher pa rin.
Teacher pa rin.
Last, sit down.
Tita Virge, what keeps you preoccupied ngayon? Ano po ang... I mean, you're 100 years old, and of course, you've earned the privilege of having the celebrating 100 years. So, ano po yung do you still read or you listen to music or ano po ang ginagawa niyo ngayon, Tita?
Well, I follow some sayings like be positive, laugh often, and pray always.
Oh, okay.
Pray always.
And pray always.
And you read the newspaper every day?
Yes.
Oh,
I always
really?
look forward early in the morning. My daughter brings me the Inquirer.
Oh,
and
wow.
then pag Sundays, we have 3 newspapers pag Sunday. We have Star and Bulletin.
And Inquirer. Oh,
I like reading columns.
Lahat yun, binabasa niya. Pag hindi ko dinala sa kwarto na yun, sisigawan ako, where is Ganitong news.
Kanya, my bed is always full of newspapers because some
Mm.
I reserve, I keep yung mga nagugustuhan ko na ano, nakapile
Ay,
doon.
yung mga
And she,
articles. Oh.
and she used to also write a lot of, I mean, yeah, some articles na
I
pinablis
also
ng Inquirer at saka
use,
Philippine Star.
I wrote
Oh.
sa inquiry yung high blood column.
Hindi
High
kami high
blood.
blood at saka
I
yung
was,
mga senior writers.
I was
Oh.
able to write
Oh, good.
3 articles like one. I wrote about my days in Pasay, about Lourdes Street, and I wrote about Pasay. And then I also wrote about PGH.
UP.
Oh.
The,
Mhm.
the title was The PGH in My Heart.
Oh,
And
the
then
PGH in my heart.
the
Wow.
third one was The Writers I Have Known.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
popular writers like sila
Oh.
NBM Gonzalez. Sino pa? Yung mga writers that you have.
Jim Austria, Mario
Mhm.
Chanco, Cesar Mahul, who wrote the biography of Apolinario Mabini,
She
Uh-huh.
met them kasi. She met all of them.
Nina Puyat, who was my classmate, Nina Estrada Puyat, who wrote Heart of Clay, a
Mm.
passionate
I'm sorry.
collection of sonnets, and even the national artist NVM Gonzalez, because his wife was a friend of mine, and I was able, when she learned that I was in the States at the time, because Professor NVM Gonzalez was a guest faculty member in Hayward, and she was said become a friend of my sister, and they were involved in church activities. When she learned that I was there, she invited me, my sister and her husband, for lunch.
Mhm.
And NVM Gonzalez even played a violin concerto,
Oh, wow.
entertained us. And I asked him if his violin was a Stradivarius. It was. So
Oh.
surprised.
Oh, most expensive violin.
And then
Oh.
back in the Philippines, I was again invited to their house with a mutual friend, and I had a very long conversation with NVM Gonzalez, very witty. And I remember his favorite expression was awantikwa. You know, awantikwa is Ilocano, meaning wala, yes, nothing, either no brains or no money.
Awantikwa. Awantikwa.
Awantikwa.
Oh, okay.
It was,
Because you speak Ilocano also, Tita Virgie, no?
yes, a little,
And Pangasinan also.
and Pangasinan, just a little.
Pangalatok.
And-
Yeah. Oh.
And French. He speaks French also.
Oh,
A
okay.
little.
A little bit of French. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because when she was in St. Paul, she graduated kasi from elementary and high school. She finished in St. Paul, Manila, St. Paul College, Manila. May mga kanila doon, mga French, mga sisters, mga madre.
Mm-mm.
So they had subjects in French.
We studied French. I can speak a little French.
But it's amazing that you keep abreast with the news, no? Yung reading, yung opinion columns, yung mga ganon. Because I think we get a lot of insights from the writers, and you've met some of these writers like kilala, yung well-known writers, and
I'm really so happy.
yes,
that
yes.
I was interviewed by so many, and then they learned about it, my students in the United States, and even in Bintari, Ilocos Norte.
Mhm.
They also pass it around.
She's talking about yung nag-viral na itong kanya.
Oh,
itong nangyari kasi when we
Yung sa
attended
Zoom, oo.
the Zoom, nag-viral yon. So most of her students really became excited about her, and so they shared all the videos among themselves.
Yeah,
Oo.
I'm so honored na marami nag-interview sa akin at maraming nakabalita and congratulating me.
I would be like, you know, if I will have a teacher in high school or in college who will turn 100 and I will find out na she is also online, I will definitely be like what your students have been feeling na, wow, si ma'am, ako, gusto natin makausap o marinig because you have made a mark, an impression with your students. I think like Tato, me, you, Tita Virgie, we are all educators, you mentors. We in different forms and different ways, and we touch lives of people. Kaya ngayon nakikita nyo, Tita Virgie.
What school did you attend?
Ako po,
Teacher.
I finished well my undergrad sa FEU din, but it took me 4 colleges and universities before I graduated. So dalawa sa probinsya, sa Zamboanga, Adamson, nag-aaral po ako sa Adamson. I wanted to become an engineer, but I was always failing in science and math. So I graduated at AB English, major in literature in FEU 1977. Hindi na kayo nagtuturo noon. 76 kayo umalis ng FEU, di ba?
Oo. Nagturo din ako sa education. College of Education.
Arts and
Tapos
Sciences.
liberal arts for about a year.
Nagturo rin siya sa arts. Kaya nga mapit na nga ako maging estudyante niya.
Oo nga pala kasi ikaw sa theater arts ka.
Actually, I took up, nung first year ko, I was enrolled as, nag-pre-med ako. Gusto ko mag-doctor. Oo. Pero nung bumagsak na yung mga chemistry tsaka zoology.
Ayun, pareho kayo.
You live
But
at school.
you had a great mentor, Tats, na si Sarah Joaquin, no? Sarah was like, kilala sa teatro, di ba? She was my teacher also, eh.
Kaya, ako ni Mama yun, dati, kasi siya yung parang
Hindi ko siya kaibigan. Alam mo, kanya ako umalis sa FEU kasi yung subject na sociology, dati sa education yun. Kinuha din nila sa liberal arts. And she was giving me, she gave me subject, isa sa morning, isa sa gabi. Hindi ko na tinanggap.
Oo nga, kasi
Babalik ka
dulo-dulo.
Umalis na ako. And then I went
masama loob na kay Sarah Bakingon.
But that's like speaking from the heart talaga si Tita Virgie, no?
And anytime, anything that you ask her, she will answer it straight.
Mabuti naman na after that, nakuha naman ako sa PSBA. I mean, I taught for
across the
3
street.
years.
Across the street,
And then when I was in the 3rd year, nakaturo naman ako sa Pamantasan. I think I also taught about 3 years also.
Sa Intramuros. And all this time, Tita Virgie was commuting from Quezon City to school, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi
Of
siya.
course, hinahatid ni Papa nung sundo.
Oo. Kasi same route naman kasi, di ba? Your dad was working in Intramuros also.
Nung hindi pa ako nag-aaral sa FEU, palagi ako kasama na Papa. Susunduin si Mama sa FEU.
We had an old car.
So we would wait for her in a certain spot. Doon sa parking space.
Oo.
Hindi pa ma-traffic noon.
Hindi pa ma-traffic noon. Sa may Lermo yata, whatever. Basta hindi Lermo. Basta yung, kung alam mo yung kung naabutan mo yun, Santillan.
Yun, nabutan ko yung Santillan na street na yun.
Doon namin naabangan si Mama dahil doon siya.
Ay, madalas ako doon.
Doon siya pupunta. Doon namin siya susunduin. Pag maaga pa siya, doon siya pupunta. Hintayin kami. pag na-invite kami.
And during those years, hindi pa talaga may matao na rin ang University Belt, but not as like ngayon yata, no?
Oo.
Madalas kumakain ako doon. Naging kaibigan ko na rin yung mga may-ari.
Ng mga boarding house. Yung may mga di ba yung mga boarding house?
Oo,
may mga kainan yon na ano.
Right.
Oo.
Masasarap ng pagkain. Tita Virg, medyo alam ko pagod na kayo. So I'd like to thank you for allowing me to interview you. Marami pa siguro tayong pwede pag-usapan, but maybe we can have another time.
Yeah.
Sabi niyo, meron kayong kamag-anak dito sa New Zealand? Is that what she was saying?
Oo. Sa Sydney.
Sa Sydney.
Meron din sa Australia. Meron din sa
New Zealand.
Sino
kamag-anak natin sa New Zealand?
Ipilido nila. Rodriguez yung babae yun ang kamag-anak ko.
Hindi pa nasa ano nga yun? Nasa Sydney sila.
Pero yung
baka
husband niya, sa UNICEF, di ba with UNICEF?
Sydney.
Baka originally they were from New Zealand, tapos usually lumilipat ng Australia yung mga Filipino Kiwis eh.
Yeah, I think so. Ganun. I think she remembers nung nag-New Zealand muna tapos nag-Australia.
Oo, tapos lumipat na sila ng Australia. Oo.
Right.
Yeah. Tita Virgie, thank you very much po sa oras na panahon na binigay niyo po sa akin. Si Rene po ito. Si Rene.
Si Rene Molina.
Salamat din.
Salamat po. Dahil through Tato is a good friend. Siya po nag-introduce sa akin sa music industry. At best man ko po sa kasal si Tato. And
namana niya sa papa niya. Papa niya mahilig tumutugtog ng piano, ng organ, at saka accordion.
Yes. I got to see that nung pupunta ako sa inyo dyan sa Camias and then sa Provident Village. Yung may swimming pool, di ba? Yung may swimming pool.
Pumunta siya palagi dito sa bahay, si Rene.
Kapatid ko, tumira sila sa Provident Village.
Hindi ka na makikilala, nakabalbas ka kasi.
For 20 years.
Winter kasi.
Nakasombrero ka pa, kaya hindi naman alam.
Natira rin siya.
But yung eyesight ni Tita is still perfect pa.
Mas malinaw pa nga mata niya kaysa sa akin. Hindi, kasi nagpa-laser na.
Okay. Oo.
So, bumalik sa 2020 vision.
Kaya nagbabasa talaga, keep on reading na Wow.
And that's why her memory is very sharp.
Very sharp. Oo. Kasi reading, that's what they're saying eh. If you, ano ba tawag doon? Yung parang, you don't use it, you lose it. Parang ganun eh. Di ba?
Right.
Hindi ka and engaging with, I think, Tita Virg, this is a new area for you to engage with your students, with your, with the guidance of Tato. Dahil, I think, di ba, a lot of people.
Pwede mag-zoom eh. Minsan pag I don't know if they will organize one. Kasi, since nga nag-viral, ang dami talagang who would want to, siguro, to talk to her again. So, I'll ask yung isang si Dola, I'll ask her kung baka interested sa ganung mangyari. Kasi, Dola, she's also a former student of Mama sa UPPGH. Baka pwede niyang organize na magkaroon ng Zoom among all of them.
Yeah, tapos i-share natin and then we get to listen and then
I will ask them pag lalo na yung sa mga nasa US.
Yung mga
Kasi ang ganda ng mga sinabi nila eh.
Nagpadala ng message.
Nagpadala ng message sa kanya. Sige, kwento niyo ano sabi sa inyo?
Yung sister-in-law ko nga, sabi niya, ang dami raw tumatawag sa kanya, tinatanong kung ano niya ako.
Kasi sa America.
Sabi niya, celebrity ka na yata.
Why not, di ba? Tats, di ba sabi ni Mama, she was given a plaque, plaque ng
Oh yeah, by
presidente?
yun na nga, by Duterte. I mean, when
Mhm.
the 100,000 check was also given,
O, yung plaque,
may
nabigyan niya,
kasamang plaque yun.
ang ganda ng words.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Maganda rin
Kasi
yung plaque.
Kasi Tita Virgie, dito sa New Zealand, because we have been part of the British Empire, pag nagte-turn ng 100 ang isang New Zealander, Australian, Canadian, they get a letter or parang a birthday card from the Queen, no? Parang gano'n.
Queen
Walang
Elizabeth,
cash, ano lang, card lang.
Aba, Queen Elizabeth naman.
Oo, Queen
Talagang,
Elizabeth naman, wishing you happy birthday, gano'n.
thank you. Talagang survivor ako. Lahat ng best friends ko, pumanaw na. Mga
Mhm.
kaklase ko rin sa PGS when I was taking up nursing. At saka yung mga kaklase ko sa St. Paul, karamihan na pumanaw.
Ilan na lang sila.
Kaklase ko noon si Justice Melencio Herrera. Kaklase ko yun sa high school. And we also became good friends. Kinukubada pa niya kami sa bahay niya sa Tagaytay. At saka minsan sa labas, sa
Mhm.
dining places.
They would always have a lunch or a dinner party. I mean, most of them talagang
I was really intending to celebrate my 100th birthday. Kaya
Oo.
nagka-pandemic,
Oo.
Hindi na. Grande sana eh.
kami lang pamilya.
Pero lalo naman umexpand because of the yung social media and
Social
naging
media.
viral. Oo. You still attend the di ba? Regularly you attend the EGH reunion every year except for last year.
Oo nga eh. Yun yata na nila eh. Na-catch nila yung pag-attend ko kasi nasa Zoom yun.
Pero yan, nag-attend kayo physically. Hinahatid ko siya. Hinahatid ko talaga.
The last time I attended na
pag nag-attend
sa
siya.
Nurses of 2019.
Yan, huli na. 2019. Yung talaga sa
The last time that I attended, I went to the nurses home. Doon lang ginawa sa social hall ng nurses home.
As a PGH.
PGH. Taft Avenue.
I had only one classmate with me. Wala na yung mga older sa amin. Wala na sila.
With your batch, 1946 kayo, no? 1946 ba kayo, nursing? Wala na.
Ito nga yung kwan eh. She actually was the oldest among the batch. Kasi first batch sila graduated. First batch of students who graduated. But she was the oldest because, remember, she was already in fourth year college education when she entered nursing eh.
So all of them were high school graduates.
Mga klase na sa UPPGH School of Nursing, mga first year, mga bata. So 4 years ang ahead siya. Kaya pag nag-reunion sila, ang closest na age na niya, siya lang ang 100, yung susunod 96.
Oh, yes. Oo.
Yan, nag-attend.
So lang talagang may distinction na 100 lang.
Oo, talagang bukod tangi di ba? Parang walang
kasabay.
Walang kasabay. Oo. Na-vaccinate na ba si Tita or
hindi pa eh. We're waiting for the barangay to coordinate dito sa bahay eh. Wala pa eh.
Dapat priority yung 100.
Tagal nila
Papayag naman ako.
Papayag naman
namin.
Oo.
Hintay lang namin eh. Anyway.
Sila tatlo at saka yung anak ko babae. Pareho na sila, nakapag-second dose na sila.
Tapos na kayo, Tats?
Di pa. Second wala pa. Sa August pa kami.
Sa August pa raw.
Yung second.
Second.
Oo. Well, thank you very much, Tita Virgie and Tato.
Thank you too.
For sharing the story. Kasi nung nakita ko yun, agad, minessage ko si Tato eh. Tato,
alam mo before kayo naging sa yung viral na yan, si Rene, when you celebrated your 100 birthday, February 13 pa lang, tumawag na sa akin. Sabi niya, Tato, gusto ko interviewin mama mo. Kasi,
talaga?
Oo, siya ang unang-una. Ngayon eh, siya yung huli-huli mag-interview.
Pero okay lang
Oo.
kasi
Pero
huli
okay
man
lang,
daw
nahahabol.
magaling,
Huli man daw magaling, nahahabol.
hahabol pa rin. Oh. But, it's really a privilege and an honor, Tito Virgie and Tato, kasi a lot of wisdom has been shared. And, sa ngayon, sabi nyo nga, is prayers,
Ang hindi natin na i-share ngayon, during that time when she would go swimming, during her youth, kasi she used to live in Pasay nga, likod nila Rojas Boulevard, yung Manila
Oo.
Bay.
Oo.
Doon sila naliligo and she would go swimming and she would also go diving.
Pwede pa
She
yun,
was big there. Kwento mo, Mama. Kwento mo.
My father taught us how to swim and to dive.
Okay.
Rojas
Kanya,
Boulevard
when I took, we had swimming lessons, diving lessons,
in UP.
ang UP, teacher namin noon, Amerikana,
Kasi PE nila noon eh.
nakawan ako sa diving. Kasi siguro ako ang unang-una na una. Yung iba mga paa, una.
And to think na ano yun yung Manila Bay, noon. And
Beach
imagine
dati
ngayon.
talaga eh. Beach talaga dati yun.
Beach
Before
talaga.
the war.
Parang ano nga eh, ano yung sa French Riviera. Ayun, ganun lang dating noon.
Mm.
Mahaba. Nakuha.
Yes, I
Ay,
can
ngayon,
imagine.
Saka ang mga nakikita niya naglalakad-lakad doon, sila President Quezon. President na si Quezon noon.
Wow.
Kasi,
Sige, pakwento mo sa kanya. Kwento mo, Ma.
may bahay si President Quezon din sa Roberts Street na also facing the beach.
Mhm.
Tapos meron silang kaibigan sa aming street na
Lourdes Street.
also facing the Manila Bay.
Mhm.
Kanya
Nilalakad lang namin yun eh.
nag-exercise siya siguro. Tapos papasok din siya doon sa bahay ng kaibigan niya.
Marami siyang bodyguard nung time na yon. Uso bang bodyguard?
Ah,
Marami ba siyang bodyguard noon?
wala,
Si
siya lang
President
mag-isa.
Wala raw.
Wala, di ba? Nung time na yon, it was peaceful times and
Oo.
Wala. Oh. Yung mga ni Mrs. Quezon, yung dalawang parang yung aide de camp ang tawag doon noon.
Mhm.
Meron din si Quezon aide de camp.
Mhm.
Sa parang security nga.
Mhm.
Anak
And,
nung yung kaibigan niya, San Agustin, dalawa naging aide ni Mrs. Quezon.
Mrs. Quezon.
Kaya si
Wow.
Mrs. Quezon, nung nasa PGS ako, we invited her to be our guest speaker. Kaya
Mhm.
pinuntahan namin siya, yung bahay niya sa Quezon City, na tinransfer na raw sa Quezon Memorial. Lagay na daw doon.
Mhm.
Pero
And
hindi siya
recent-
kasi
and
ayaw
recent-
pa raw niyang lumabas na magsalita pag hindi pa dumadating yung body ni President Quezon.
Yes, nung namatay sa
US.
Amerika, sa US. And recently, pumanaw na rin ang kanilang si Nini, di ba? Anak nila yon si Nini, was it?
Anak ba ni...
Avancenia, Nini Avancenia.
Si Nini, anak niya yun.
Anak niya yun, oo. Pumanaw na rin siya recently.
At saka si
Wow.
Baby.
Kilala ni...
You are interviewing history.
Oo nga eh. 100 years ba naman? Oo nga. Sarap siguro.
Oo nga eh.
Ano mo, Tats, compile mo when you're talking to Mama para you're a good writer.
Yung si Nena nga, anak ni Teddy Benigno, yung brother niya, gusto nga siya interviewin and to really, talk about all those years, yung mga naalala niya about those times, early times.
Yeah, oo. Kasi, I mean, yung si Quezon, I mean, yung beach sa Manila Bay and all those things. I mean, wala na. Those things are gone. Kasi, di ba, iba na yung because of progress, di ba? Pero, these things are, and then, pwede mong, audiobook. Gawin mo na audiobook para maririnig ni Mama.
Actually, Yun lang nga, hindi pa nasusulat yung mga yan eh. Pero
Oo.
kasi share na niya sa mga interviews niya. Pero hindi na
Mm.
nga.
Hindi na nga, yun nga ang may mga nagsasabi sa akin na sumulat ka daw ako.
Oo.
Na ikaw, centenaryo na nga ako. Ngayon, hindi na. Balitang balita na.
Balita na. Oh. Si Rhea, asawa ni Gerald sa ANC,
si Gerald,
sinulat niya yung ano.
Yeah,
she
wrote about it.
Oo, I read it.
Kasi yung nagsulat nung sa website, yung nag-interview sa inyo, yung nag-interview sa inyo, no? Yung kaya lang yung viral yun eh.
Yun, naging ano, yung lalo naging viral na ano.
Sa website.
Well, thank you again. Thank you again, and Tita
Thank you.
Virgie.
Salamat din.
And hope to see you when I come home. I was supposed to come home nung October last year. Susundin ko yung mama ko, kaya lang because of the COVID. Mukhang the lockdown is hindi pa itong year. Parang sabi ng gobyerno, it's gonna be one more
How
next
many
year
years
pa.
have you
Baka
been there?
another year pa po. Baka next year pa po. Baka next year. So once it opens, then
Tanong ni Mama, how many years have you been in New Zealand?
how many years? 13. 13 years na
na
po.
siya.
2008. And I've never gone home yet.
Oo nga.
So maraming pagbabago. Siguro yung bahay niyo, baka dami ng pagbabago. You're still in
ganun pa rin.
Kamuning, di ba? Kamyas.
Kamyas pa rin.
Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you very
Kamyas
much
is-
po.
Ay, thank you too.
Thank you po. And all the best. And praying always for good health.
Mabuti na tuloy na rin.
Natulog ka. Third, di ba? Third time ba to? Kaya lang 2 shot naman ang ginawa natin. But
Para
it's
matuloy
okay.
na talaga.
Para matuloy na talaga. So this is, we're recording it and then i-upload ko rin to. I will give you a heads up at pag ano.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much po. Thank you po. Maraming salamat,
Salamat
din
din.
sa ating
Maraming
mga-
salamat din.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat sa ating mga viewers and listeners for allowing us to get into your homes and to your hearts today. Ako po
Baka makita rin.
ang inyong
Baka
director.
makita sana makita ng kamag-anak ka dyan.
Ayun, makikita po yan. Makikita po ng kamag-anak niyo, Tita Virgie. Maraming
Ay,
salamat
salamat.
kay Tita Virgie at kay Tato. Magandang gabi po. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay po ang sambayanang Pilipino. Happy
Thank
birthday!
you very
Tita
much.
Virgie.
Mabuti na tuloy na rin.
Bye-bye.